Hiya,
Hello, darling.
how you doing?
I'm really good, actually. How are you?
Yeah, good. Have you got a different thing on your wall?
I probably have actually since last time you saw
Oh
me.
yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It's lovely. I felt like I was getting lost in the tree of life. So I've moved the tree of life. It's on this wall here now, so it's still here. And it's just made the room look, because it's my living room, so it's just made it a little bit. It's a bit easy to see me, I think, with it's like silver mandala. I really
Oh yeah, it's like is it plain but textured?
No, it's just printed on, but it's printed on in like just like it's like a silver print. So it
Oh,
looks
that's
like,
gorgeous. I've got one like that on my wall over there. If I turn around, I don't know if you can see it. It's massive. Can you see there?
oh yeah, oh wow.
Yeah, I love that silver. It's beautiful.
It's just got a nice shimmer to it. I feel like I need to get up there with the iron though, because it's still got a crease down the middle.
Is it making you twitch?
Just give it a little straighten out. But it's nice, but it's like it's turned my living room into a really nice peaceful space, because the house is chaos at the moment with us getting ready for the festivals and things. So it's nice having this sort of oasis of calm in here.
Yeah, is that with your fire stuff? Is it the?
Yeah, we've got I'm not going to be here next. Oh, you normally come Tuesday anyway, so I should be here Tuesday morning actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going on Wednesday to a festival for like 4 days. And we're doing the fire shows 2 nights, and then Tony's created like this act, this Ganja Empress act. So we're going to be bumbling around in some really cool outfits and getting up to some mischief with that, I think, and going on some stages and things.
Wow.
But and
Festival season started. Cool.
I'm trying my best to teach. So I might Mondays might not happen, but Tuesday morning should do.
Cool.
Disappeared. Got such a nice class plan for you. I've been planning it all day because I like it now, because I'm not working on Mondays, not like I was, and it's so much better. It's like I've got time to like figure out what I'm going to do, and it makes it so much better than just like coming in and teaching yoga. I like it to be like the most important thing in my day, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I love it when your cat was like went to the camera before.
Oh, Parker. Yeah, that was this morning when I was doing the camel garden. She was so funny. Yeah, because I didn't know she was doing it, you see, because I was doing the yoga.
That was what made it funnier.
So just waiting for Priya and Renu. Let me find my phone. What have I done with it? It's 33 past. So we will get started actually, because then they are normally a couple of minutes late. So
Glad it's not just me then. It's usually late.
I have to take my cardigan off. I can't do yoga with things on my arms for some reason. I don't know why. So this class is just it's absolutely gorgeous, and I've been working on it all day today, and I really hope you enjoy it. So we're going to take a journey into Ustrasanasan, which is the camel pose. So it's a really deep, strong back bend that will work through various different stages in the class to prepare your back and your shoulders, so you can sink into whatever version suits you best, really. But I will teach until the one where you take your head back as well. And on an energetic level, a subtle level, it really helps to lift deep-seated stuff, really. Stuff sticks in your lungs and in the chest. So it's a fantastic stretch, but it's also a lot more than that as well, because you work with your heart center, so you build courage and you feel joyfulness. So I hope that you enjoy it anyway. So come up to standing, and we're going to start with our lovely Dru activation. So just start off just standing for a moment or two. Become aware of the whole of your structure and feel the crown of your head rise up as you breathe in. There we go. Just feel your spine unraveling. And then begin to give your right hand a little shake. And loosen up your fingers. Lovely. Feel your thumb relax now. and your first finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your little finger. Just releasing any tension now from the palm of the hand, and then allow it to travel into the wrist. Feel the forearm relax and the elbow. And then just take that awareness up into your shoulder and up into your bicep. Lovely. Separate your feet a little bit further apart and just shake your arm over towards the left hand side and just allow it to loosen up as you take it round a couple of times. Let your elbow lead. And then change your movement so it just becomes a nice sweeping movement. Again, with your elbow leading and your palm of your hand facing forward. Let your breath be included as well. So as you breathe, so you stand up, you breathe in. And as you sink down, you breathe out. Fabulous. We're going to pause with the arm up overhead now and take a breath in and just let there be expansion up through the right side of your body. And then as you breathe out, turn your palm away from you and just let your arm come down. Your arm probably feels a bit tired after all of that. So we'll give it a rest and then give the left hand a shake, or whichever hand you're working with. And first of all, feel all your fingers relaxing. And then let your focus move into your thumb. So you feel the joints in the thumb relax. Your first finger, middle finger, ring finger and little finger. Feeling it flow into the palm and into your elbow, forearm, and then allowing it to travel up into the bicep in the shoulder. Plus. And then just let your knees bend and take the arm over towards the right side and around in a few circles, just softening into it as you go. And just do a couple of those and then let it move into a nice sweeping movement. Then let your knees bend as well. So we've got various body preps that we need to do this evening in order to ease into Ustrasanasana, the camel pose. So be aware of your quads as you move. And I think we'll just let the arm rest as it comes up this next time. And breathe in, let it lengthen up from the sole of your foot. And as you breathe out, just let your arm come down. Now give them both a shake, bring everything into balance. Goodness, and take your weight over to your right foot and give your toes a shake. And feel your toes relax. I'm just going to over here and bring my new in. So feel your toes, the sole of your foot, and your ankle. Lovely. And then allow that awareness just to rise up into your calf muscle. So it softens. And then we're going to come to the knee. And as you arrive at the knee, let your legs swing and just let that joint be relaxed from the knee down. And you can find something to focus your eyes on. Lovely. And then feel that awareness travel right up to the top of your leg and give the whole of your leg a shake down from the hip. And let the big muscle in the quad relax. Be mindful of your knee, your calf muscle, your ankle. And then place your foot down. Take the weight over into the other leg. And then give your left foot a shake. I'm going to allow that awareness to travel in from your toes. And then notice the ball of the foot and your arch. And then the heel. top of the foot. And then allowing it to travel into the ankle and your calf muscle. And then as you come to your knee, just begin to swing that leg. Be really careful not to overextend. Just allowing it to be a really gentle, therapeutic movement. You take that awareness now up to the top of your leg and give your leg a shake down from the hip. So the whole of the leg feels loose, relaxed. And when you're ready, place your foot down and let the whole body have a shake out. Just let your whole body arrive into the moment. Feel that sense of freedom that you discover when you just begin to move. Interesting, actually, because I felt so tired this morning and I decided to go back to bed. And then I was there for about 5 minutes and I had an epiphany. I'll go up and go and do some yoga in the garden, and it worked. it was amazing. So I'm really proud of myself for, first of all, for giving in and then trying again. So today's class is a product of because I've been doing yoga all day today, preparing this beautiful class for you. So just arriving back into your standing position, and we go up to the shoulders now, actually. So just let both of your shoulders lift up towards your ears and circle your shoulders back. And then sinking down into your knees and then breathing in from the base of the spine. Let your sternum lift and just rotate both of those shoulders back. And then we're going to begin to move one shoulder and then the other, but the movement is coming from your spine. And just allow it to be, again, very therapeutic to begin with. So you're easing out tension that might have settled between shoulder blades. And allowing your hips to flow in line with your shoulders. And allowing those shoulder circles to become bigger now. And start to let your elbows lift into it as well. So begin with small circles. Again, always synchronizing your breath. So as you lift up, there's an inhalation. As you relax, you breathe out. So the movement now is going to become an arm swinging movement. So the arms are going to swing underneath. And you could even bend your knees a little bit if you wanted to. And that eases that compression into your kidneys. So it's really therapeutic if you felt a bit tired. Excellent. And then bring your awareness back to your elbows. And see if you notice a difference in your mobility here. It's when we first began. And then from your elbows, just allow the shoulders to begin to move. Wonderful. And then allow your shoulders to stop moving. But let your awareness come down into your hips and into the soles of your feet. And you could even place your hands onto your hips, actually, and enjoy a nice figure of 8. And that's an ease in the spine, bringing up tension in the hips. And after a few one way, we should go the other way as well. Fantastic. So you're feeling that lovely sense of freedom in the hips and in the soles of the feet. And just allow your body to come back to standing. Make sure you've got some space around you. We're going to give the spine a little bit of twist. So just standing with your feet facing forward. Just start to turn from left to right. And you can move as fast or as slow as you wish, depending on what your energy level's feeling like today. And we start off with low arms to begin with, and that draws the awareness down to the base of the spine. And gradually start to let your arms lift a little bit higher. Allow your knees to be soft. And then let your arms come up so they're at the level of the shoulder blades. It's about the same as elbows, actually, isn't it? And then go for your actual shoulders. So your hands just tapping on. And this is just getting that blood flowing through your body. It's getting your heart rate moving. Let your arms go into the space above. That's a fantastic rotation happening through your spine. Lovely. Bring your arms down slowly. Lovely. Now let your knees bend a bit. So you might want to separate your feet a little bit. I want to lift your heel off the ground. But just let your knees bend. You're going to do this bit in 2 stages because first of all, you really bend the knees. And that takes your awareness down into the sacrum. And now we're going to change it. So there's a lengthening through that back leg. And the sternum lifts. Can you tell how the energy raises up when you lift the sternum? So let your arms lift up again. Fabulous. And when you're ready, let them go all the way up into that space above. Releasing tension from the spine. Allowing your breath to be steady, even breaths. And then let your arms come back down. And then our final stage is to sink down and stretch out the quads. So be really mindful of how you're moving. Lovely. And then let your body come back to stillness. That's a great idea. Have a drink of water. I've just got one more activation, well, 2 more activation movements, and then we're going to move into some more dedicated body preps. So our next activation movement is to lift both arms up above the body and just start turning left to right. Let your arms swing through, create nice circles at the side of the body, and let your hips turn. Allow yourself to have a nice bend in the knee. And really, I'm hoping you can feel some nice mobility in your shoulders. You might even notice the air as your hands move past. And then begin to slow the movement down. There's a lovely twist in the hips. And the hips come back to the front. Beautiful. And then we're just going to let this movement change into a very gentle figure of 8. And with your figure of 8, let your elbows lead it. And if you can, let your hands lead up through that midline of the body. And then begin to let it go wherever you need to go to ease out your spine. To make sure you've got some twists in there. And when you're ready, slide back into your standing position, let your hands rest by your sides. Bring your feet to hip distance and just lifting your toes. Gently place your toes back down onto the mat and feel the connection between the soles of the feet and that steady ground, the earth beneath you. Bring your awareness into the legs and feel the legs lengthening, keeping your knees soft. And just parking the pelvis into a neutral position. And you can let your core muscles just gently engage so you feel that sense of comfort and steadiness through the center of your body. As you breathe in now, allow your sternum to lift. Just being aware of the breath within your lungs. And that sense of spaciousness in your body. You can lift your shoulders up towards your ears and circle your shoulders back. And just feel the shoulders ease into their sockets. Yeah, do that a few times. Just allow your body to rise into its most perfect posture for you. Just evenly distributing the weight through the body. Sternum gently lifted. And you can just let your eyes gaze down towards the ground about 2 feet in front. So it just allows your chin to tuck in slightly and lengthen through the back of the neck, through the head, the crown of the head. Right here into your mountain pose. Steadiness and strength. Let your palms turn out towards the sides. And just let both hands lift up either side. Let your knees bend a tiny bit and bring both palms up above your body. And then straightening your legs, let your arms come back down. And we're going to repeat that again. So breathing in, lifting those arms, breathe out. Lovely feeling this crown of the head rise up. One more time, lifting. And breathe out. Crown of the head rises, palms come down. Now this time you're going to lift both hands up through the midline of the body and let your sternum lift so you feel a beautiful lengthening through your spine. Lovely. We're going to fold forward from the hips. Keep your hands close to your body. Come down into a forward bend. Pause in your forward bend for a moment or two, and you can bend your knees. Let the crown of the head round face down towards the ground. And just keep breathing. We're going to stand up and let the hands come out to the side of the body again and create a circle around. Let your palms lift up. Palms come together overhead. Lovely. Flowing back down as you breathe out. Breathing out on the way down. Lovely. Let your knees bend. Refresh your core and create the arms. Let that circle all around as your arms lift up. Lovely. Breathing out as the hands come down either side of the body. Now this time you're going to cross the arms over and it's as though you've been lifted by your elbows. And you breathe in, directing that awareness into the spine. Breathe out, shoulders softening, relaxing. And noticing your breath, lengthening and relaxation. And just having that awareness of the air, softness, breathing in strength, breathing out softness, and feeling an expansion through the chest, through the lungs, through the pecs, as the arms relax. Lovely. Now letting the arms come up one more time. And then this time, that's it, there they come down. And just pause in with your hands either side of the body. So we're going to do a couple of standing stretches. And the focus is lifting your sternum. So placing your hands underneath your ribs with your fingers pointing down and your hands are just supporting the sacrum. And all you're going to do is have your feet hip distance, lift up through the sternum, let your core muscles gently engage, keep your chin towards your chest and just ease your hips forward. So you're essentially stretching the front of the body and the sternum is lifted. And just take a moment or two to breathe in this shape. Lovely. Refresh core, breathe in, let your body lift up. And then you're going to hinge forward and come into a tabletop back. So once you arrive to your tabletop, let your knees soften, lengthen your spine and let the back arch. So you curl down towards the ground. Crown of the head is hovering over the ground. Lovely. Breathe in now into the back of your body. Pressing down into your feet, press into your hands, lifting up. So you're stacking one vertebra at a time. And we're going to repeat that same shape. So ease your hips forward, let that sternum lift and you're lengthening. You're just releasing your hands, releasing the shoulders over the hands. And then lift up. This time, release your hands from the backs of your legs and come down into a nice forward bend. Let your knees bend and let the torso relax over the legs. Let the crown of the head relax down. Yeah, brilliant. And just take a few moments to steady yourself here as you breathe. And we're going to gently rise up, one vertebra at a time, coming back up to your standing position. And you might just want to close your eyes and allow yourself a few moments in that Dru Yoga, in that place of steadiness and peace. When you're ready, if you want to just alter your camera so I can see you, come down onto so you're in runner position. Just need to sit into runner position, and I'll go in. So you might want to put something under your knee. Actually, I don't know if your floors are very, very hard. You might not. So first of all, we're going to stretch the psoas muscle, which is this muscle that connects the legs to the body. But really, we're going to open up the chest and the lungs. So the first thing to do is place your hands just behind your knee and let your body sink down. So you've got a nice psoas stretch, and we've also got a nice quad stretch as well. Make sure you've got some space between the knee and the chest. Just allow your body just that ease as you sink down. If you feel wobbly, feel as though you've got both thighs squeezed together. We're going to engage core, breathe in and lift up, let your hands come up in front of your heart, and then we're going to turn it into a moving flow. So you reach forwards and then breathe in and draw back. And we're just going to do a few in a normal way. You're moving forwards, lengthening the spine, breathing in, drawing back. Now, this time as you draw back, let the sternum lift. So there's a little bit of a lift up through the sternum. And then fold forward again. Let your head, neck and shoulders relax. Breathe in, draw in. And you've got a little lift up through the sternum as you come back in. That's it, lovely. Breathe out as you come forward. Breathe in as you lift up. Let the sternum lift. And we'll just do a couple more of those. Okay, now this time you come in, this will be your last one. Just pause for a moment. The breath, fill your lungs, feel steady and anchored through the legs, through the hips. And then let your body come forwards. You can place your hands down onto the mat to steady you. And then all we're going to do is move the hips backwards and let the toes lift up. So you can adjust your foot so you feel all right. And then lengthen your spine. So you point your chin towards your chin, so you're stretching out your hamstring. And again, each exhalation, just feel the body easing into it. If it feels tight, keep your knee a little bit bent. Lovely. Coming up from it whenever you're ready, so you can bring your foot in and just swap over. Turn this way around. And then we're going to repeat that same process on the other side. So the first thing we do is the psoas stretch. So make sure you've got your hips upright, place your hands behind your knee, and then just sink down. Always just have a check that your knee's over your ankle, so you're not hurting your knee, not damaging it in any way. And again, you've got that length, that space between your knee and your chest. Just allowing that lovely lengthening. And the psoas muscle when it gets tight, we can feel really stressed. Beautiful. Use your core muscles, use your breath, lift up, just if you need to. And then pop your core muscles on. Let your hands lift up in front of your heart. And then we begin that gorgeous flow. So you move forwards and then breathe in, draw back. And just do a couple normal to begin with before you put that extra sternum lift in. Allow it to be about your spine and your breath. And then begin to add in that extra sternum lift when you're ready to add it. Feel anchored through your feet. It's doing so much. Such a fabulous movement. Lovely. Make this one your last one. And then arrange yourself for your hamstring stretch. So adjust your legs to where it needs to be. Let your hips draw back and lift your toes. And then all you're doing is lengthening your spine and hovering your chin in line with the shin. And just relax into it. Always no strain, no pain, just ease. Relaxation on your out breath. And wherever your body is today, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely perfect for you. So slide your foot back in. And then I'm just going to invite you to come down onto your tummies and come to lay down into crocodile pose and separate your feet so your heels are in and your toes are apart. Place one arm on top of the other and place your forehead onto your arms and spend a few moments just deeply connecting in your crocodile pose. And just allowing any readjustments to your spine, to your feet. And feel as though you're sending your breath deep down into the very base of your spine. It's spacious. The sacrum, you can feel space there. And space in the hips, space in the abdomen, really breathing down into the mat, feeling the pressure of the body and just creating a very gentle massage for the organs within the abdomen. Then taking that breath down into the ribs, the lower part of the ribs, and noticing how the ribs lift out to the sides. And feel the space in the chest, in the shoulders. And then taking your time and just drawing your feet closer together. And let your legs relax. Let your hands slide from underneath your shoulders, from underneath your forehead. And just slide your arms out in front of you. So both arms are straight out in front. And again, notice the belly, the abdomen. And we're going to move through the 4-stage cobra pose. So making sure the bottom part of the body is completely relaxed. And what's going to happen is with your next in-breath, start to lift from the base of the spine and just let the torso lift from the mat, but keep your palms in connection with the mat and your head stays in line with your spine. And you're just pressing down into the palms and feel the strength in your shoulders. And just breathing easy in that shape. And then releasing from the base of the spine, let your body come back down, let your head come back down. I'm going to slide the hands in, one hand length. So your elbows are ever so slightly out to the side now and your forehead's still down. And same as before, breathe out. And as you breathe in, start to lift up, but this time the forearms remain on the mat. But the torso is lifted, sternum is lifted, and the chin becomes parallel to the floor. Again, just hold it, making sure the bottom part of the body is relaxed. And breathe out and let your body come back down to rest. Spine relaxes. Moving the hands back in a little bit further, so your thumbs are now in line with your eyes. Your forehead is down. I'm going to move into the Sphinx pose, the regal Sphinx. Again, relax. And as you breathe in, feel that wave of energy, that ripple of vitality moving from the base of the spine. This time you bring your elbows in underneath your shoulders and your forearms are down onto the mat, fingers are spread. And take a moment to check. Shoulders are above the elbows, the torso, the navel is still on the mat. And take a moment to listen to your breath. And then let your head just gently turn over to the left side and the right side. You feel a beautiful rotation through the neck. And then if you wish, you can let your head, the chin, drop down and rest onto your chest. And feel the relaxation and the trust. Breathing in as you lift your head back up. And as you breathe out, let your elbows go back out to the sides. And come down. And you can either come into Makrasana and rest. You can repeat the same pose as what we've just done. Or you can come and enjoy the Bhujanasana, the cobra pose. And to journey into cobra, Just slide your hands back so your hands are underneath your shoulders, forehead is down, and you're going to keep your elbows in towards your body. Now breathe out, and as you breathe in, lifting from the base of the spine, using the muscles in your spine and your abdomen to lift you up. Keep the navel stays on the ground, and just take a few moments to breathe in that shape. In the space in the chest. Crown of the head rises up, chin parallel to the floor. When you're ready to release and come down, release from the base and just allow the body to softly come back down into place of relaxation and arrive now into your Macrassan crocodile pose. So separate your feet as wide as the corners of your mat if possible. Let your hips be in, your toes turn out. And just take a few moments to breathe very, very deeply into the belly, into the spine. And then coming out of your crocodile pose. So bringing your heels closer together. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and lift yourself into pose of a child. So your hips come back to join your heels. And first of all, your arms are stretched out in front, forehead is down on the mat. And again, just taking some deep breaths into the back of the body. Lovely. And sliding forwards once more, come back down onto your tummies. And this time, just come onto your tummies, have your elbows underneath you. So this is the bit where I thought it might be handy to have a strap, but I think you might be okay. We're going to do a quad stretch. And all you need to do is lift up one leg, it doesn't matter which. I'm supporting myself with my other arm. I'm going to bring my hand back, top of my foot. Keep your knees together and just press your heel down towards your glute so you feel a stretch in that muscle pocket. So you've got a lovely stretch through the quad. It's going to take a few moments just to really move deeply into that stretch. You can release whenever you're ready. Put that down. And then make sure you're steady. Lift your foot. Hold at the top of your foot with your hand. And then press in the heel down towards the glute. Keeping your knees together. And directing your breath into that quad. This is such a good fascia stretch as well as the quadricep stretch. Did it stood up last week, I think. Lovely. Release your foot whenever you're ready. And then this time, lift up, bring your hips back to join your heels and come into your Balasana, your pose of a child. So your hands are back by your ankles, your palms are facing up. Tuck the crown of the head in and just allow yourself to stay in that child pose for as many breaths as you need to. Space in the back of the body, shoulder blades, easing apart with every exhalation. Whenever you're ready to rise back up, please do, but if you want to stay down there longer, so I'm going to do some demonstrating for you. I've been practicing these poses all day today, so I hope that they come out okay. So we're going to work with 3 stages of the camel pose, Ustrasana, Asana. So we're going to sit in the seat of the camel. And when we work with these poses, it's a deep back bend, but it also really opens up the chest, mostly the lungs. So it's said that grief sits in the lungs. And so it's a really lovely practice if you need something to lift, if you felt a bit heavy. It's also great for asthma. It's also amazing stretch for your back, for your kidneys, for your liver, and it does fill you with joy as well. So I'm going to demonstrate 3 stages for you. And here we go. You're all still there. It's quite intense. So I invite you to come and enjoy Ustrasana, the camel pose. So we're going to do it in stages. So if you really like stage 1, just do that. You don't have to feel that you need to go into the full stage. I always found that stage 1 and stage 2 I got more from them because I was more comfortable in that stage. I've only just started doing that 3rd stage today, really. I never ever used to put my head back, but it's because I've really been building up. We've been doing a lot of like with the Cobra and stuff like that. We've been preparing over the past couple of weeks. So if you want to have some padding for your knees, it might be worth it because you are on your knees quite a bit, and that's one of the places where I kind of struggle with my knees as well. So make sure your knees are really comfy. And I think it's easier for most of you if we start from the high kneeling position. So we'll start high kneeling, and you want to have your knees about hip distance apart. And the first stage, all we're doing is you're going to lift one arm up and take it back, and you can either place it underneath your buttock or on your hip, whichever works for you. I put mine just at the top of my leg, and it's like they're not actually doing anything. It's just somewhere to put your arms. So we'll come into that first stage first of all. So just have a quick check with your shoulders. Make sure that you can take your shoulders back and your arms back. And we'll come back to neutral. And the process begins by taking that awareness down towards the base of the spine. And bringing your hips and pelvis into neutral. And just lightly lifting that pelvic floor muscle. And as you breathe in, you start to lift up through the front of the body. You let the sternum just start to lift. So there's a lengthening that happens with each breath. So each breath you're lifting up through the sternum, and you just want to keep your head in line with your spine. And then once you've arrived into that most comfortable place, you're going to breathe in and lift your right arm up so it circles back, and then place your right hand just underneath your buttock or onto the hip, wherever works for you. Refresh core. Now your left arm is going to go back as well, and you can either place your hands underneath the buttocks or on your hips. Now you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe in, let the sternum lift. And just let the body recline back. You might want to just lean into the quads a tiny bit and feel the body relaxing back. Head in line with the spine. Taking deep breaths into the chest. Just checking that your breath is slow, steady and even. And then we're going to come back out a bit. So become aware of your right arm, and you just turn towards the right. Lift that right arm over, turn towards the left, bring your left arm over, and between each stage, you come down into a sound pose of the child. So just tuck your head in and just relax down there. Take a few slow, deep breaths. It's really important to do that counter pose. And you may have felt a rush of energy or awareness rising up through the front of the body as you worked with that strong pose. When you're ready to rise back up, become aware of your core once more. And as you breathe in, rise back up, come back up into high kneeling shape. Okay, so with your stage 2, tuck your toes underneath so your heels are lifted. And again, make sure you get yourself into a really nice, comfortable place. I often separate my knees a little bit more with this one. So make sure that you're really comfy. You're breathing out one, first of all. And then as you breathe in, starting to lift up from the base of the body. And as you breathe in, you start to let the body recline back. Breathe out, settle, breathe in, let that lift happen. And you just sliding the hips gently forward, lifting up through the sternum, and the body's moving further back. And allow yourself to get into whatever your shape might be. And then once you've arrived there, your right arm is going to go back, and you just place it onto your heel. And then breathe in, bring the other arm back, place it onto your heel. I'm going to come out a bit so I can talk to you. And then as you breathe in, lifting up through the sternum, just sliding your hips forward. And again, you might want to keep your head in line with your spine, but feel an openness through the throat. Taking those slow, deep breaths and allowing that breath to really fill your lungs. Just pausing there. When you're ready to come up out of it, refresh your core, become aware of your right arm, and just allow that arm to roll forward. Bring it over. Rolling the body towards the left, bringing the left arm over. Release the tops of your feet, tuck your head in, and come down into your pose of a child once more. Just spending a few moments relaxing down there. Breathing into your spine. If any areas feel a little bit uncomfortable, uncertain, just send your breath in there. And rising up when you're ready. Rising up in that grace, in that power, in that heart center. And you're going to come all the way up. Pull your shoulders back. Now we've got one more stage. Now it's entirely your decision. if you want to repeat one of the first 2 stages or have a go at stage 3. So with your stage 3, the tops of your feet are down, so you're going to place your hands onto your soles. So that's the other one, toes under, soles down. So we're going to follow that same pathway. Get yourself grounded through the knees. Feel as though your knees are anchored and rooted down. You're breathing out and lifting that pelvic floor muscle. And feel all the muscles in the front of the body lift and lengthen. Let that sternum lift higher and higher as your shoulders recline back. Once you arrived into that shape, you're going to let your right arm circle back, and you might just need to slide your hips forward as you place the palm of your hand onto your foot. That's it. And then take the other arm over. When you're ready, both hands come down onto your feet, and see how you feel with your head, neck and shoulders. And if you feel that you want to let your head go back, make sure you do it safely. If not, keep your head in line with your neck. When you're ready to come up out of it, lift that arm and then roll your head so you're not lifting up from the neck. Bring yourself down into your resting pose and tuck your head in. And you can bring your hands back by your ankles when you're ready. Nourishment for your spine, that fresh blood into the spinal nerves, refreshing. Center activated, energy centers balanced. More self-sufficient, it looks after itself. And you're ready to rise up. Take your time as you lift up from the base of the spine, and if you want to come back to a high kneeling position, you can. If you want to stay low kneeling, you can. And all we're going to do is let the hands come together, just to seal in that energy, power, that potency of Ustrasana, Asana, seat of the camel. Beautiful. Let your hands come down. And then I'm going to invite you to come onto your backs, and we'll do a couple of little stretches. Oh, actually, no. I've got another pose for you. Sorry. You're going to come onto your hands and your knees, and we're going to work with the cat. Sorry. So just a few flows of the cat as a counter pose to your camel. That was the end of it. So just flowing from the base and noticing how different your spine feels. I hope it feels good after those back bends, those inversions. Just feel that flow of energy moving from the base to the crown. Moving with your breath. And when your body feels ready and you're ready to become still, once more, just bring yourself back down, hips joined towards your heels, hands come back by your ankles, and you tuck your head in for a final resting pose. Just breathing deeply down into the sacrum, into the spine. Really taking care of the whole of your body. And when you're ready, just arranging yourself down onto the ground, ready for a lovely deep relaxation. hope that was all right for you, and I hope the cat worked at the end, because I felt it was a really important part. So you could feel your mobility, then you could feel the difference. Just making your little nests, your beds, your shavasana, pure relaxation. And I believe this is the most important part of your class. This is the time when the body gets a chance to recalibrate and to just settle. Just feeling the ground underneath you. And stretching the legs away from the body. And just drawing the arms a little bit away. And then just let your toes roll out to the side. And then so place your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right shoulder. And just take a breath so you feel a stretch through your back and through your shoulders. And as you breathe out, relax. And then we'll repeat it again. So your arms are crossed over your body. You breathe in. And you're breathing into your back, into your shoulders. That's it. And then breathe out and relax. And then change over so it's the other side. So left on right, right on left. And then repeat that again. So breathe in. Feel that lovely stretch. And breathe out, soften, let go. And then one more. And then relax. Release your arms back down onto the mat, let your palms face upwards. And then we're going to begin to circle the toes around. Just circle your toes a couple of times in one direction. And then you could change the direction. Circle them the other way. And then just let your feet relax. Just gently tighten the quads one final time. And relax your quads. And then let the whole of that core muscle band of your body, your glutes, pelvic floor, lower abdominals, just tighten the whole of that area. And breathe into it. Have a feeling, a sense of gratitude for that support. And then just breathe out and let it all go as soft and relaxed as possible. And then breathe down into the bottom of the belly. Feel your abdomen expand, belly expand. And relax. Breathe down into the ribs. And breathe out, relax. Draw your shoulder blades together. And then relax your shoulder blades down onto the mat. And then make two really soft fists with both hands. And tighten both of those fists. And breathe out, relax. Do the same again. So create two fists. This time tighten your forearms and your biceps. And breathe in. And then breathe out. Just let both arms go really soft, relax. Stretch your fingers away from your palms. Maybe just have a a moment stretching the fingers, and then let your hands just relax and let your fingers come out. And then we're going to come back up to the neck. Just gently turn your head to the left side and the right side a couple of times. And then let your head come back to the middle. And then have a few moments with the face and just explore the face, scrunch up your nose, furrow your brow, move your jaw. And just let any tension that's been hanging out there, let it go. Jaw can always hold a bit of tension. And then let your face be relaxed. And as your face relaxes, give permission to the whole of your physical body to relax now. And notice the sound of your breath. Notice how the breath expands the chest. And as you breathe in, feel as though that breath is traveling right down into the bottom of your lungs, into the bottom of your belly. And it's expanding you from the center. And the abdomen fills up as you breathe in. And you've got this lovely sense of softness and relaxation as you breathe out. And we're going to let softness be present in the feet. Soft, relaxed feeling, soothing your toes, and the soles of your feet and your ankles, your shins. And as you breathe in, that softness, it just expands through your body and moves into any areas, any places there where you felt a sense of tightness or unease recently. Moving it into the backs of the legs and your knees. Feeling of softness, relaxation, and nurturing feeling. It's in the bones in the legs. Shin bone in the foot. Feeling of softness moving into every cell, every muscle. Glutes relax and the belly softens. That relaxing feeling makes its way into the front of the body, the chest, the back of the body, shoulders. Soothing, nourishing feeling present in the spine. And in the neck, back of the head. And that softness arrives into the hands. Each of the fingers and the wrist. And as you breathe in, beautiful softness travels in through your arms and into your chest. And arrives into the center of the chest. Nourishes the heart center. Nourishing the heart. Softness fills your body. And as you breathe in and breathe out, it moves through you into any areas of unease. That softness arrives into your throat and your face. Your head. As you breathe in, energy centers within the body are nourished. The lungs are nourished. And softness fills every cell. And then just let your awareness once more. Just allow that awareness to rest underneath your nose. And notice the subtlety of that breath. Just going to invite you to spend a few moments. Just a few moments resting here. This place of nourishment and stillness. And then taking a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, noticing the body, your limbs, your arms, your legs. And in your mind's eye, allow yourself to feel energized. And notice bright light, a light brighter than 1,000 suns. And this brightness fills you with fresh energy and vitality. And it pours down over the crown of the head, bringing that vitality into your body, into your spirit, into every cell within your system. And that light runs through you like a river of light flowing through your spine and into your legs and into your knees. Right down into your feet and into your toes, and start to move the face, start to wriggle the forehead, have a smile. Again, breathing in that freshness, that vitality, that joyfulness. Maybe turning over onto one side. And just taking a scan through yourself for how you feel right now. Just checking in with yourself. Just allow this affirmation to move through you. I feel good. I feel good today. And when you're ready, just pressing your palms down into the mat. And come back to sit. Just sit for a moment or two with your eyes closed. You can place your hands onto your knees if you want to. Have your hands facing up or down, or just sit however is comfortable for you, and just gonna sit for maybe about 30 seconds. And when you're ready, just start to rub your hands, your fingers into your palms, and maybe let your hands come together. And you can place your hands over your eyes and let your eyes open up into your palm. And then separate your fingers and let that light adjust, and give yourself a few taps on your head and your eyebrows. And just give yourself a tap back in. Softly dust off. Give yourself a nice big hug when you're ready. Don't feel rushed. And when you're ready, take your hands up overhead like your palms. Come to meet up overhead. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be at peace. So I really hope that you enjoyed this evening's class. Because I just really fancy teaching it. So it's where. So I'm not going to be here next Monday. I am here Tuesday morning. And then the following Monday, I'm not here next Monday. Hang on a second. Let me just look at my calendar. And basically, I'm going on holiday